Hello and welcome along to the West Wales Karting Virtual Racing Daytona 24 hours race today, which isn't 24 hours, it's 30 minutes. But anyway, we're going to be having two classes running side by side in LMP2 and the GT3 class as well. We've got 5 drivers in each class, so an even split, and it's going to be an extremely competitive field out there today, I'd imagine. So if we look at the course now, it's the Daytona road course, of course. 3.55 miles, 12 turns of furious action. Very fast circuit actually, of course incorporating some of the oval here as well, and a chicane at the back straight just to slow the cars down a little bit and have a little bit more overtaking opportunities. If we look now, these are the drivers lining up on the grid today. Alex CDL has gone for the LMP2 car, so as who else we got? Baz the Ninja, Stuart Davis, Crazy Stewpot, Unfixed Thrones in the GT3 class, sorry. Alex Brown as well, he returns for today. And the starting grid looks like this. It's Stuart Davis who's claimed pole position by just under 2 tenths from Alex CDL, and then his fellow Alex is in third there. Crazy Stewpot, Baz the Ninja rounding out the order there. Chris Doherty just managed to nab pole position away from Scuderia Sam in the GT3 class, ahead of D-Man 221, Big Bad Wolf and Unfixed Throne. So let's see how they get on. It's going to be a rolling start here. And they're going to wait for the green lights, and it's go now, and it's a fantastic start from the leaders, and Chris Doherty as well in the background in the green machine, the Mercedes there. Alex Brown as well, he's in third place, he started third as well, so an okay start from him, and there's a bit of action going on, a bit of shuffling going on in the background. Baz the Ninja's falling back a bit, oh, and that's Chris Doherty. Chris Doherty collides with Big Bad Wolf and Baz the Ninja as well, and he's lost his rear wing too, and they're both recovering now, and I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but it looks like Chris Doherty had made slight contact with Scuderia Sam. And if we look now at going through the dog leg, and that's Alex Brown, look, he's passed Alex CDL, and now Alex CDL's looking back on the inside, and that's Stuart Davis as well in the mix in the lead, and Alex Brown now slots into second, and then we've got Crazy Stewpot attacking Alex CDL, and he gets past him. A crazy start here, Stuart.
Yeah, as they come up onto the first oval now, part of the oval, Crazy Stewpot's done him, he's brilliant, he's cuts to the low line there. I don't know if that's going to be advantageous for him or not, but I think Alex CDL's got a good run on him. He might have a go into the bus stop, but Stuart Davis managed to hold on to the lead just about from the two Alexes behind as he gets his lights on there nice and early. Alex Brown, he's not close enough this time around as they come into the bus stop for the first time, and Crazy Stewpot's just holding on to third place there, and Scuderia Sam is still leading the GT3 class. He's got D-Man 221 right behind him, there he is in that Ferrari there. He's keeping D-Man off in the background there, but Scuderia Sam is keeping Baz the Ninja honest.
Yeah, indeed. Scuderia Sam there in the Ferrari 488 GT3 car. He's keeping Baz the Ninja honest, who is in the Ligier JS Nissan powered car there. As are the two leaders we're looking at now. Alex Brown making a move for the lead. These two are in the Nissan powered cars, and Alex Brown goes into the lead there, down the inside. But he's run a bit wide, and now Stuart Davis is going to try and come back on the inside, and Crazy Stewpot's in the background, and Stuart Davis has got back in the lead now. Crazy Stewpot's trying to pick off any scraps here, and you can see him, he's moving around in that Marek car, isn't he? And he's attacking Alex Brown now.
Yeah, looking there in the International Horseshoe, looking at just seeing if there was a gap to get through there, but nothing doing there for Crazy Stewpot. And what we've got now, this is D-Man. He's dropped 1.6 seconds behind Scuderia Sam now. I think Sam might just have the legs on the leader of Team Ireland, who's 12 seconds off. Yeah, just the speed difference between these two classes. 12 seconds back, D-Man already from the leading LMP2s. And Crazy Stewpot looks like he might have a run on Alex Brown coming into the bus stop now as they go along the oval. Marek, it's a bit slow on the acceleration coming out of the corners, but we know it's got a fantastic top end on it, and Crazy Stewpot, he's definitely in the slipstream.
Yeah, interestingly, the Marek of Crazy Stewpot that we ride on board with now is it's the slowest accelerating LMP2 car, and it's also the least powerful. But you can see though, it's pretty good through the corners. He's keeping these two honest, and at the moment it does look like these Honda-powered Ligiers are the class of the field. The Nissan-powered runs. We have got a Honda-powered run as well in Alex CDL. And look, Crazy Stewpot now, he's going high, he's going to try and go around the outside of Alex Brown here. It's a very risky manoeuvre with that concrete wall on the outside, but they go side by side now, but he slots back into the slipstream, and now he goes underneath him, and he's going to try and outbrake him. Surely here, Alex is wise to it. What's he going to do? He doesn't want to lose too much time, of course, to Stuart Davis, just up ahead, because we know how fast Stuart is in these cars as well. Oh, and Alex goes down the inside. Oh, and there's contact from Crazy Stewpot on the other Stewart, and that's Stuart Davis out of the lead. Incredible.
Oh, there'll be a few choice words there, I think, for Stuart Davis, but nothing he could do really. I think Alex Brown, that's his normal breaking point, and he sort of dive bombed and took the lead, and Crazy Stewpot sort of got caught out by the opposing speed as Stuart Davis was wrong-footed, so a bit of a racing incident there, I think, but Stuart Davis is not going to be particularly happy about that, I don't think.
No, I can imagine, like you say, there's a few choice words going on inside that LMP2 car there, the West Wales Karting liveried vehicle. But we've seen the pace that he's got. He obviously had pole position as well. So I'm sure he'll be coming back through to challenge at some point. And now we look at Big Bad Wolf in the Renault Sport GT3 car. We haven't seen him since the start when he was caught up in some action. He's recovering, of course, along with Chris Doherty here we're looking at. He had pole position from Scuderia Sam, and you might have thought in practice that Scuderia Sam was going to get that pole, but Chris Doherty produced an absolutely fantastic flying lap to get that pole position, but he's got a lot of ground to make up now. And they've both passed Unfixed Throne, who is in a Ginetta G55 for this race, and that's Crazy Stewpot going low, and that's what's happening here. So, that's Alex. What's happening here? Two Alexes in the lead now.
Yeah, it looks like Alex CDL's got the jump on Crazy Stewpot.
Yeah, Alex CDL came from nowhere then.
1-2. Yeah, he's pumped in a cracking lap. Oh, well, no, he hasn't actually on last time round. But maybe, I don't know if Crazy Stewpot made a mistake, or if Alex Brown maybe was sort of a little bit slow lapping there. Alex CDL, he takes the wide line there, and Crazy Stewpot in turn one again.
Oh, and it pushes him out of the way. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And now who's this coming back? This is Baz the Ninja now. He's going to be saying, oh, thank you very much, I love this. Oh no, Stuart Davis actually. Baz the Ninja's a bit further behind. But yeah, Alex CDL, he came from absolutely nowhere, didn't he? I thought he was a few seconds behind, and suddenly he was challenging for the lead. And Crazy Stewpot's going to be doing some lawn mowing now, and he's turned his LMP2 car into a very expensive John Deere.
I think John Deere's getting out of the way there. Yeah, he's just relinquishing the place back to Alex CDL, I think.
Right, very fair play then.
I think that's a case of, sorry, my fault.
Yeah, so Stuart Davis for John Deere Racing is now, Crazy Stewpot for John Deere Racing is in fourth now.
Yeah, that's it. As Baz the Ninja, he's, with all the shenanigans going up ahead there, he hasn't got the pace of the LMP2, of the sort of fellow LMP2 drivers, but he's, with all the shenanigans they're getting up to, he is there or thereabouts, isn't he? But he can't afford to make a mistake, because the LMP, I can't even get it out now. The GT3 drivers are also quite close as well. And here's Crazy Stewpot, Alex CDL going into the bus stop side by side. And a bit of a corner cut there from Crazy Stewpot, but I think that's okay. And he's managed to, he's got the position back on Alex CDL.
Yeah, it's always going to be feisty when they go side by side into the bus stop chicane, isn't it? It's a very, very fast left-right followed by a right-left. And then, of course, you've got this very long straight coming out of it. Well, oval, let's say. They're on power though for a hell of a long time, so you want to get a good exit as well. And then you see them now in a slipstream. The slipstream effect at this circuit is actually massive as the sun's starting to go down now, racing through the night here. But yeah, the slipstream effect is absolutely massive in these LMP2 cars. Not so much in the GT3 class, but the GT3 class is quite spread out at the moment anyway. This is where the action's at. Alex CDL in third place, and Crazy Stewpot down the inside now in the Marek. And he takes that position away from Alex CDL. And they're continuing their battle now as they go up towards the dogleg, and then they go into the old horseshoe corner. This is a great battle between them, isn't it?
As the sun's setting now, the guys in the LMP2 class are going to find lack of front end grip. Tyre temperatures are going to become a bit of an issue, so he can manage that the best. He's come on to the oval again. Crazy Stewpot still just ahead, and ICDL's got him.
Yeah, Crazy Stewpot just got a little bit too greedy, I think, on his entry speed, and then it took him a little bit longer to get back on the power, and Alex CDL thought, yes, I'll have the inside line there, thank you. But you can see a very different line that Marek is taking through there. But the Ligier is still ahead of Alex CDL as they go up now towards the very fast chicane that I was talking about, which was actually implemented in the 70s here, and then modified again in the 80s to try and improve overtaking. This track's been here since the 1950s. And it's played host to many a NASCAR race and lots of other favourites as well, isn't it, Stuart?
Yeah, some really good races here over the last few years. Of course, Fernando Alonso took part in the 2019 Daytona 24 hour where it's absolute washout, and the race is actually red flagged. Hasn't happened many times in the history of the 24 hour, but yeah, he took the win there, passing I think it was. Take his first win there, and of course another favourite of mine, Scott Dixon, took the win there this year in the number 10. I can't remember what team it was now, but it was car number 10 anyway. It was a black one.
That'll narrow it down. That'll be good enough.
Yeah, Scott Dixon, Ryan Briscoe, and but it doesn't matter. Scott was needed.
Yeah, this track is up there, isn't it, with all the tracks of the world in terms of the history of it and the amount of racing that's gone on. It's incredible. And this turn 1 is extremely tricky because you're just riding on board briefly there with the Ferrari of Scuderia Sam. It's very tricky to get right because it's kind of a double apex left-hander as Chris Doherty comes in the pits now for his first pit stop. Mandatory pit stops in this race, 1 per driver, because you have to brake and turn at the same time. And, of course, you can easily lock a wheel doing that.
Yeah, we saw during the IndyCar race we did on the Tri-Oval. I think it was Big Bad Wolf unfortunately had his race ruined by getting him knocked into the pit lane before the point where he could fill his fuel tank up to have enough fuel to get to the end. But yeah, he was sort of crashed into the pit lane, and we had, might have been Alex CDL, was it possibly?
I think it was.
Wouldn't surprise me. Who completely lost it coming in there, and that was obviously in an IndyCar with much more downforce, a lot more grip. Completely reversed into pit. Listen, here is Big Bad Wolf. He's where's he now? Coming through the dog leg. Yeah, he's at the Western Horseshoe now. He's good 20 seconds behind D-Man, but he's holding 3rd place. Unfortunately, the GT3 category, they're all quite spread out at the moment. There's not a huge amount happening.
No, they're all spreading out as the race unfolds too. Chris Doherty's come back out in last place now, so he's a good few seconds behind Unfixed Throne. As we look at him now, he's good timing. In the Ginetta G55 he's gone with. So he's in 9th place at the moment, but like you said, Stu, they're all very spread out. But at least they don't have to worry about fuel or tyres in this race. The only concern that they might have is dropping off tyre temperature and then a lack of grip as a result. And Chris Doherty now is bearing down quite quickly on Unfixed Throne, but you can see the LMP2 class coming up to lap them now, as well as Alex CDL exits the pit lane. And it could be a little bit of a concern if you're pitting at night here, especially in the LMP2 class, because once you pit, of course, your tyre temperatures come down and everything, and then what's it going to be like as you exit the pit lane here, which is a very tricky exit.
Yeah, that's it. Hits the bumps on the exit there, and he's got Baz Ninja in front. Baz kind of let him go there. That was a bit gentlemanly of him there. I suppose they're not really necessarily fighting for position. Alex CDL, I think he's a pit stop ahead, is he?
I think he is, yeah.
Is Baz pitted? Yeah.
I don't know if Baz is pitted yet, actually. Not sure. Yeah, he must
take
have
a screenshot of that. That was Matrix there.
Yeah, he must have pitted Baz because Scuderia Sam's ahead of him now. So GT3 class up to 4th. He's clearly not pitted yet.
There we go. So Scuderia Sam now ahead of Alex CDL. Of course, Scuderia Sam hasn't pitted yet, but it is another bit of traffic that Alex is going to have to get through.
But is it something that the drivers have to think if they're going to pit at night here, where it's obviously a lot colder, and you're struggling for tyre temperatures anyway, and then you come to a standstill? Are you going to struggle when you get back up to speed here? Alex CDL looks like he's struggling a bit. He's going off. Maybe he's getting a bit of lack of grip. Oh, and he's spinning now, out of control, coming out of the chicane there. That's not good news for his race at all, is it?
No, not at all. He's completely gone sideways there, and I think he just ran wide, thought he'd just keep his foot in it. The grass looks relatively flat, but nah. Round he went.
Yeah, it's a pretty flat circuit, thankfully, isn't it? It's, it's probably got a very low crestiness rating.
Yeah, very low. Unlike some of the circuits we're coming to over the next few weeks, as we'll see. But as Alex CDI goes back past D-Man 221 there. And yeah, it's not the most awe-inspiring layout, really, is it? It's a bit of a strange one. Very, it is in the middle of a stadium, biggest racing venue in the world, as far as I can tell, in terms of stadiums. As Stuart Davis there goes past, who's that Unfixed Throne.
Yeah, Stuart Davis is absolutely on a mission right now because, of course, he had a bit of an issue, didn't he, near the start? But he's on a mission now because he's got Alex Brown, who's leading this race for the LMP2 class. His teammate, you could say, is in exactly the same car, Nissan-powered V8 Ligier. as opposed to the V6 Honda Ligier that Alex CDL is driving. And he probably is very, very keen on catching Alex Brown, especially after they had a bit of elbows in turn 1.
Yeah, I'd certainly think so. The lapping pretty much identical. The gap, it's going anything, all the way down sort of like 5 seconds and then back up towards 7 seconds, depending on where they are on the circuit. They obviously got very different strengths at different ends of the track. And here's someone we haven't seen for a few laps who doesn't seem to be involved in too much carnage since his turn 1 incidents. It's Crazy Stupot driving the fictional Marek. He's actually quicker than the 2 leaders on that last lap, as lap times they have dropped off by a good 1.5 2 seconds. Stupot's obviously got a handle on the conditions at the moment. He's only 3 seconds behind Stuart Davis. So, not quite sure what he's trying to do there, but yeah, as I say, he's only 3. Well, actually, he's about 4 seconds back now. And there's Alex Brown coming through the bus stop. He's absolutely on a charge as well, isn't he?
Yeah, Alex knows he's been hunted.
We're on about half race distance now. We're expecting sort of 17-18 laps for this race. So yeah, look at that. He's back up to 7.5 seconds clear now. This is where he's strongest on the circuit.
And Alex Brown has been taking practice for this race extremely seriously as he comes into the pit lane now from the lead. He's been doing a lot of practicing, more than any other race that he's raced in the West Wales Karting League, and he's absolutely determined to try and get this win here today. He loves the high downforce high downforce cars with lots of grip, and he's in a serious battle here with one of the favourites as well, Stuart Davis. So Alex Brown in the pits now. We've seen him disqualified from pitting before, so he was very smooth coming into the pits there. He could have lost a little bit of time there, depending on how Stuart Davis takes the pit entry, and he's taken that corner quite sideways.
Yeah, I think that's lack of front grip there, I think, to a certain degree. It's the front tyres that really struggle. The rears, you're still putting the power down to getting out of some of the slower corners, so the rear tyres aren't too much of an issue. It's the front left tends to be the one that struggles a bit. Of course, it's not really being stressed on the banking sections through NASCAR's 1 and 2. And yeah, the whole time you're sort of running along the banking, along the pit straight that isn't quite straight. You're just losing temperature all that time. So by the time you get to turn 1 and 2, yeah, it's a stone cold rubber that's just not exactly. It's about as grippy as a non-grippy thing with some slippy stuff under it.
Yeah, it's like they're not quite ready to stop the car by turn 1, are they? Like, Crazy Stupot going airborne there slightly. Maybe that'll cool the tyres down a bit. But yeah, Stuart Davis, do you think he's going to be able to catch Alex Brown here? Because Alex Brown was very cautious coming in the pit lane there, trying not to get disqualified because he's been bitten before by that. Is Stuart Davis going to absolutely attack that pit entry?
I can imagine so. I also think he's going to be watching the timing screen now as well. That gap was about 23 seconds when Alex pitted, or when he exited the pits. Now up to 25. So he'll be watching that as long as he can gain time. And you've got to think as well, Alex, he's pitted at night. He was sat stationary in the coldness of the Florida night air, as it were. He's come back on the circuit. He's got to try and get that temperature back into the tyres. And Stuart Davis, meanwhile, is maintaining that tyre temperature possibly a little bit better by making sure he keeps circulating. So it's going to be interesting to see where he comes out. And Crazy Stupot has pitted now as well. We've missed that off camera. So he's now 29 seconds off the lead. Oh, here he is on the pit exit. So Alex is retaking second place. But where's Alex CDL? Oh, he's miles behind. So I thought Alex CDL might have a shot in here, but he's 52 seconds off the lead, 16 seconds behind Crazy Stupot. So I think he's well and truly out of contention for this one, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Crazy Stupot says, "What are you lot doing taking the pit exit? I'm getting back on track as soon as I can."
Yeah, pit exit? What pit exit? And
Crazy never changed you.
Yeah, Crazy Stupot is Crazy Stupot for a reason. I think there was a very expensive Mercedes lawnmower there in the foreground of Chris Doherty, the heaviest of the GT3 cars, in that very familiar green livery that we often see the Team Island boys race in. And Crazy Stupot now just getting up to speed again in that Marek RP 219D straight 4 engine, 460 brake horsepower. And now we look to Scuderia Sama, who hasn't pitted either yet. So there's only a couple of drivers who haven't pitted, I think, at the moment, and I'm reckoning they're going to be waiting for the sun to come up before doing so. Same with Stuart
could
Davis.
be. Yeah, it's obviously the leaders of the two classes. So Scuderia Sam here running 5th overall. Still got Baz Ninja behind him. So yeah, he's still yet to pit, and is Stuart Davis. Doesn't look too bad. Here we are on board now. I wonder if we'll see any of the limitations of the tyres starting to kick in here. So he goes through the dog leg into the Western Horseshoe. Nice and late on the brakes there. Get it changed down second as quickly as you can and get back on the power. Doesn't look too bad, does it? Not particularly eventful.
Yeah, let's see what's like through this left-hander though. This is where he really needs to get a good exit onto the straight here. It looks alright, didn't it? A little bit of oversteer on the exit, but not too bad. Perhaps as well, look, the sky's getting a bit bright now. The temperatures will start to rise shortly, so this will help the tyre situation. Stuart Davis, of course, he does need to make a pit stop before the end of the race, so he'll get disqualified. So he just needs to keep that gap back to Alex. He did open it up a little bit, and he is opening it up still. So it's good news for Stuart at the moment. He's going to close that gap, and we could be in for a hell of a fight towards the finish here.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, the gap's still about 24 seconds, so, but again, it's still rising. This is where Stuart really does sort of pull out a bit more time. Be getting a tow from D-Man up ahead now as well. That'll certainly be helping him along.
Yeah.
Or is it Chris? Is it a green Irish car of some kind? Oh, that'd be an Audi, I think. Is it?
I think is it an Audi? Yeah, it's an Audi.
Yeah, it's an Audi. So that'd be D-Man.
We've got quite a mix in the GT3 class actually. We've got the Ferrari V8 of course, so Ginetta is a V8 as well. The Audi is a V10, the Mercedes is a V8, it's the most powerful one. But it's a fair old mix. It's great to see actually that drivers are choosing different cars, and as the sun is blinding Stuart there, coming up on the horizon, drivers are choosing different cars to suit the different driving styles, because it just has a nice little bit of variety in, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it. And of course, nice mix in the LMP2 as well. We've got the real life Ligier Nissans, the Ligier Honda, and the made up Marek. So of course ProjectCars2 slinging a couple of fictional LMP2s into the mix just because. Not quite sure why they did it. And here's Baz Ninja. Surely he's got to get Scuderia Sam now. He goes high up on the bank in there, bouncing around. Do you think he's lagging a little bit slightly?
Looks like it, doesn't it? Either that or he's got very bouncy tyres on.
Yeah. Oh, that's our leader.
Alex Brown's made a mistake. Alex Brown now is spinning as well. Not only has he gone off, but he's spinning and he's doing donuts and he's entertaining the fans. Yeah, he's becoming a fan favourite, but he's gonna give up the lead here, I think. And he has given up the lead, has he?
I don't know.
Oh, no, Stuart Davis hasn't pitted.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
But that gap was about 7 seconds when Alex pitted, wasn't it? When he went into the pits, and he's just lost about 7 seconds through his moment, shall we say, an Alex Brown moment for Alex Brown.
Yes. Indeed.
So what's Stuart Davis going to do now? He would
have seen
keep
that
pounding
gap
round and maintain, or hopefully maintain that lead, or he can take the risk and hope to come out of the pits. And, yeah, there we go. He's going for it.
Yeah, these drivers pay very close attention to the gaps to their nearest rivals on track by looking at that screen. Look at him attacking the pit entry there. His car was almost sideways coming in. He really wants this. He knows that he's got an opportunity here to capitalise on the mistake that Alex Brown has made. It's only one mistake he's made really by himself this race. Alex Brown now exiting that chicane, and he's got to go all the way around this oval now, as Stuart Davis will be getting out of his pit box and trundling back down that pit lane, and Alex Brown's building up the speed here to about 180, 190 mile an hour top speed in these LMP2 cars, as Stuart Davis is only doing about, 40 mile an hour or so, maybe even less in the pit lane. And we're going to see now how close they're going to be as Alex comes over the start line. There's Stuart Davis exiting the pit lane now, and he's going into turn 1. He's going to go through the pit exit sort of procedure as Alex goes around turn 1. How close are they going to be here? Let's have a look now. Alex through turn 1. Where's Stuart Davis? Where's Stuart Davis? There he is! Alex is still ahead, so Alex Brown is still in the lead of this race, and Stuart Davis goes bumping over the bumps and curbs coming out of the pit lane, and he's slotted in just behind, but look how close he is now. He can see his rival just up ahead, just a few car lengths separating them, and it's going to be an absolute grandstand finish here. Stuart Davis is going to pressurise for all he's worth. Alex Brown's going to defend for all he's worth. Which one wants it more?
And they're going to have to play it clean as well, because I just saw in the background there's Tracy Stupot going for the International Horseshoe already. He's only about 12 seconds off these guys. So
yeah, if these two start battling, you're absolutely right, Stu. If these two start battling, we could have a three-way battle on our hands.
Yeah, that's it. And there's Stuart Davis onto the banking now, coming up towards the bus stop. I think Alex Brown's a little bit too far ahead for him to do anything this lap, but he's going to be in that tow. Going to be interesting. And Alex Brown, he's going to first time he's really been under pressure since about sort of like lap 4 or 5. So it's a sort of different dynamic for him now. It's not a case of as you were. He really needs to get the hammer down.
Absolutely, yeah. Stuart Davis is going to be trying to come at him in the tow as well. The tow is very powerful at this circuit. You've got a long old straight here. Well, we say straight, it's an oval, isn't it? But a long old time on the power here at high speed. Let's do it,
Look
Dave.
at that.
Crazy Stu.
That was absolutely perfect, wasn't it?
It was. That's a textbook of how you want to take that corner. Crazy Stupot there showing off his skills.
And here's D-Man. He's running second in the GT3 class now, and they're still quite spread out there, aren't they? He's quite a way behind Scuderia Sam now.
Yeah, I'm glad we've got this battle on our hands in the LMP2 class, because let's be honest, nothing much is happening in GT3.
Yeah, a bit of a shame, a big field spread there, huge amount of time between the drivers, but sometimes that's what can happen over these longer races. And yeah, we have been spoiled really, I think, for on-track action in recent times, especially with some of the circuits we have raced at recently. But yeah, as Stuart Davis again, there's only a couple of laps left to go. I mean, like I said, we're probably looking at about 18 laps, I would say, once you account for pit stops and whatnot. So, Alex got a little bit wide there. Stuart looks like he might have a run on him. It's going to be an interesting one. And there he is in the tow. Is he going to go high or low? I think Alex can see him come in. He's not going to make it easy.
He certainly is, and he's got a real chance here as Stuart Davis to make a manoeuvre. Is he going to go for it in the fast chicane, or is he going to wait? No, he's going to go for it. Mr. Lunge is lunging, and Alex tries to stick it down the inside. Oh, and they collide, and they touch, and that's Stuart Davis through the advertising board there. And he's spinning round now out of control. And Alex Brown made contact with Stuart halfway through there. I don't know whose fault it was, if it was a racing incident, but it was just hard racing, I think, going through that chicane. It is a very fast corner. When the cars do go side by side through there, that sort of thing can happen occasionally. Is Alex Brown gonna wait? Yeah, look, I think he's waiting, isn't he?
Yeah, I think I got to say, I think rightly so. I think once the car's down the inside of you into the bus stop, it's so quick that I think you do just have to yield position, or you are risking a shunt. As we saw. But I mean, no, Alex, he was fully entitled to try and maintain his place, but I think sometimes you do just need to know when to give up the position and fight another day. But fortunately, it's only visible damage on, and they look to have got away with it. And speaking of getting away with it, look who is... There's something thrown off in the background there. Crazy Stupot is now 3 seconds off the lead of this race.
Incredible.
And he goes past D-Man, and he can see his prey just up ahead.
Yeah, he goes past Chris
thinking,
there
go on,
in
just,
Mercedes. Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, he just send it again, just take each other out, and
yeah.
I'll take the win, thank you very much.
Yeah, just one incident like that, and Crazy Stupot will be in the lead of this race, but he hasn't got much time left. They've only got a few laps probably left to go, if even that, maybe just 2 or so laps to go, isn't it, Stuart?
Yeah, very, very close, and here we are, 4 tenths in it, and Alex Brown, Stuart Davis coming up to the bus stop chicane again. What could possibly go wrong this time?
Will Stuart Davis, if he gets another chance, is he going to go for it again, or is he going to wait for the next straight? That would be quite interesting. We've seen Alex quite strong through that chicane when he's going through there. But with that tow advantage coming through this bit, let's see how it works out here for the car behind.
Yeah, of course, Alex Brown, he's got the slipstream from the GT3 up here. That is Scuderia Sam, leader of the GT3 class. He's not going to want to get involved in any of this whatsoever, but I think he is, no fault of his own. Oh, that was close.
He tries to go wide out of the way, and there's a slight contact there between the LMP2 and the GT3 car. And look how close they are now, the 2 leaders, with just a couple of laps to go. This is what racing's all about, isn't it? Stuart Davis now against Alex Brown, and Alex Brown still in the lead. Stuart Davis couldn't fit a piece of A4 paper between them going through the straight there along the start-finish line. And that's Stuart Davis now. Alex Brown made a little bit of mistake. He went wide. Stuart Davis gets the lead. Alex is going to try and come back at him, I think, down the inside. And they go side by side again now through the horseshoe corner. And Stuart Davis is still behind Alex, though.
That is the widest LMP2 car I have ever seen.
Yeah. It certainly is. Alex is making it that wide, and Stuart Davis, we know how good at overtaking he is. But Alex Brown certainly wants this win, so yeah, gloves off.
I think so, and Crazy Stew Pot's going to be open. That one of them knocks the other out at some point. He's come. Yeah, Scuderia Sam's got a big gap behind him, and he says, "Yeah, after you. You carry on."
Yeah,
so
very
here we are. It's
the way.
orange. Yeah, it's the orange versus the banana.
And it could get quite fruity.
I think it already has. It's he's got another run. Surely he won't go into the bus stop again. No, I think thinks better of it. Oh, he did think about it maybe. And look at that. So I think this is going to be the penultimate lap. Looking at the time that we have left remaining,
certainly
and Davis got a run.
I think Stuart Davis, he's going to try and pip him to the line in that orange car, but Alex Brown is going to try peely hard to stay ahead. And Alex now is in the slipstream, but Stuart Davis is ahead, look.
There we go. So, unfortunately, I think, this is the penultimate lap, so that's no good for Stuart Davis at the moment. He needs to hold that position now. And Alex Brown, what a lunge!
Wow, that was incredible. That was a Stuart Davis lunge, that was. That came out of nowhere. Stuart Davis will be probably applauding that one even.
Yeah, well, I don't think so, but at the back of his mind, he's got to think that how easy it was there to get the run on Alex after the bus stop. He may have, in the back of his mind, he'd be thinking, do I want to be leading coming out of the bus stop chicane and the drag race to the line? I don't know if you... And you always want to have track position, I suppose, but when you've got such a powerful toe behind, do you maybe want to be the one chasing and try and just out-drag to the line? I don't know.
We'll certainly be going through these drivers' heads as they go around the last couple of corners now, which, if whoever's behind coming out of the bus stop, might actually be in the best position to win this race, incredibly. So it could be extremely close on the line. So here we go now. So on the power, Stuart Davis, right behind Alex Brown, in the slipstream. Is he going to be close enough to have a go into the chicane, or is he just going to just leave it and get the toe? Let's have a look now. In the slipstream, he's going to be close enough. No, he's not quite close enough. So he's going to try and use that toe, and Alex will be thinking, uh-oh, I'm in trouble here. He's got a great toe on me now. And Stuart Davis gets a great slingshot out of the chicane, look. And he's going to try and go up high, sorry. Alex Brown's going down low. He's got a slightly longer way to go around as Stuart. This is incredibly close. This is coming to the line now. So the final bit of the race. Who's going to get to the line first? Alex Brown versus Stuart Davis. And the full power now coming to the line. Alex Brown's just ahead, but Stuart Davis has come around the outside. Incredible. Who got it? Was it Alex? I think Alex Brown just nicks the win there. That was an incredible finish, Stuart.
That was absolute photo finish on the line there. I think Stuart Davis got the bus stop just a little bit wrong. Didn't quite get the run he had on the lap beforehand, but that was as close as you're ever going to get. And of course he got pipped before with unfixed thrown for a podium last time we were here as well on the line. So I think he'd just be holding his hands up and saying, well, there we go. But yep, Scuderia Sam there takes the win in the GT3 class from D-Man 221.
I haven't seen a finish like that.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, was it?
Half
an hour of racing and a couple of hundredths in it.
Yeah, I don't know what the gap was actually, but it was probably just a couple of hundredths of a second, wasn't it? Incredible. And like you say, Scuderia Sam, they just took the winners. D-Man coming around to get second. Nothing really happened in the GT3 class. Crazy Stew Pot was only a couple of seconds off these two in the end. He finishes in third. Alex CDL and Baz Ninja, the other LMP2 cars, rounding out the 4th and 5th positions. And Big Bad Wolf in the Renault, looking at the official results now. He finished ahead of Unfixed Throne and Chris Doherty a DNF. How did that happen?
I'm not sure. Bit of a strange one there.
Oh, I think he was probably messing around at the end, wasn't he? He was going around the actual oval rather than taking the road course.
Yeah, but there we are. Look at that. So yeah, 0.033 at the front there.
Well, I think that might be the closest finish we've had in all the races of the West Wales Karting Virtual Racing League. That was incredible. So join us next time.